Want to live a longer and healthier life? Well, a possible new key to it may shock you: magic mushrooms. A new study published in Nature last week claims that psilocybin, which is the hallucinogenic compound in magic mushrooms, was shown to extend lifespan in cells, increase longevity in mice, and cause a slowdown in the signs of aging. Today, we're going to look into what this study showed and what implications of the study could be for the future of anti-aging medicine. So why did these scientists decide to give the equivalent of magic mushrooms to mice? Were they just really bored and believed that sharing is caring? Maybe they grew up reading the children's book If You Give a Mouse a Cookie and felt inspired. And to be honest, if they made a sequel called If You Make a Mouse Trip Balls, I would be the first in line to purchase it. But sadly, no. Their inspiration came from a thing called the psilocybin telomere hypothesis. Created in 2020, it postulates that the drug may impact telomere length, telomeres being the end caps of DNA that protect it from being degraded and generally will shorten over time as people get older. This, and because mental health has been linked to both increased biological aging and that psilocybin has shown promise in treating mental health conditions, they believe that it may be possible that psilocybin may also affect aging, and so they set out to test if that was true. To do so, they created two different experiments, one in vitro, literally meaning in glass, and generally scientifically used to mean not on a living model, and one in vivo, or on a living model. The in vitro experiment was done on cell lines, basically groups of many copies of the same type of cell that grow on their own in a lab. The cells that were used were fetal lung fibroblasts, and they had one group growing with the control and another with exposure to psilocin, which is the psychoactive breakdown product of psilocybin. The cells that were exposed to the drug showed a longer lifespan, grew faster, and divided more times in total before becoming too old to continue growing any further. Their lifespan also seemed to grow longer with a higher dose, and tests of oxidative stress, DNA damage, and telomere length were also improved. For the in vivo experiments, the authors took 19-month-old female mice and gave them either a placebo or a psilocybin once per month for 10 months. At that age, the mice are generally considered to be equivalent to a 65-year-old human. The first month they were given a primer dose of 5 milligrams per kilogram to get them acclimated to the higher dose of 15 milligrams per kilogram, which was given for the next 9 months. The mice were noted to have increased head twitch responses 30 minutes after treatment, which is associated with a psilocybin-induced hallucination in mice. The treated mice had higher survival, with 80% surviving by the end of the study as compared to 50% in the control group. The authors also noted that the treated mice had improvements in fur quality, growth, and fewer white hairs, but this was just an observation and they didn't study it statistically. These results are very exciting, but are still preliminary, so new studies to reproduce and verify these findings in humans will be needed. Hopefully, these results will cause a push for more research into the topic. And if human studies reach similar conclusions, it would be phenomenal in terms of potential benefit to mankind, and be a major step forward in the field of anti-aging medicine. It may even shine some light into why Ozzy Osbourne is still alive. Thank you all for watching till the end, and subscribing, liking, and sharing this video is very much appreciated, as the engagement really helps the channel grow. I'm Frank Ciopatini with Zervetti Software, and until I see you in the next one, have a nice trip. Zervetti helps services run better. For a demo or free trial, email frank@zervetti.com or leave a comment.